we have what we call, 3 different ways we can play something. We can be a contrarian and we can short something that's going up too much. So then if we short, we want it to go down in this direction, or we can when something is going down too much, we can buy it and want it to go up like this, right? Or we can follow the trend. So if something's going up too much, we can continue to go up with it, like with this ES right now. Or if something is going down too much, we can be bearish and continue to follow the trend to the downside. So in this case, sometimes you need some long delta because the market is going up too fast or going up too much, or you need some short delta because the market is going down too fast, or too much. And so it's sometimes kind of balancing act. So in this case, we're going to look to kind of follow the trend to this upside, even though the Nasdaq is up, it's up 3%. I'm going to put on something bullish, betting that this Nasdaq is most likely going to hit its high again or go to 17,000, which will obviously be its high, or not fall as much, that the fever has passed and it's not going to fall as much during this cycle that we're going to put this trade on. So we have a trade on in this account with 10 days to go. We have the call side, which is currently at a 5 delta, and it was at a 2 this morning. It's at a 5 now. And then we have let me clear this. Then we have on the put side now, we have something that is currently 11 delta, right? So if we decide that we want to add something to the Nasdaq to get some long delta, I wouldn't add it in the 10-day, but I would go out and let's just say I want to do something with 31 days to go, or 38 days to go, or if I just wanted to play the end of this year and do something like 24 days. So let's just look at this for example purpose, and let's go to the 15 delta here, and let's look to see what we can do. So we're going to go to this 15 delta, and that's the 15,150, and then we're going to go to let's look at 100 points wide first. So if we did this, if we bought this here, this will be 100 points wide. You can see that we would get $200, or almost $200 before fees and commissions, and the buying power effect in this account would actually be positive, meaning that you're not putting up any collateral to do the trade. You're actually getting collateral. Someone is giving you money, or the brokerage firm is releasing money of your buying power, so you can do this trade. So in this case, I'm going to look to do this, and then it's going to be a trade to kind of follow the trend, get some some long delta by selling a put spread. When you sell a put spread, it is bullish. You want it to go up, and then you can see how far we're going to be. We're going to be at the 15 delta. It's more than 1,000 points down on this, and it's 24 days to go. It's at the last day of the year, December 31st. So we're just betting that the rest of the month is going to be up to flat, and we're not going to go down a lot. If we're wrong, then that's okay. This account is still short, so we will be fine nevertheless. All right, so we're going to put this in. The prices are jumping all around, so we're going to try this at the 1025. Most likely not going to get filled at 1025. We're going to move it back down now to 10 and see if we can get filled. We're most likely going to get filled at around 975. It's 10-point increments with this Nasdaq options on futures. And let's see, let's give it a second. Let that ponder there for a second. See if we can get filled or not. And then we will go from there. All right, so still looking, and we're going to put it down to 975, and hopefully we should get filled right away with about 188 in buying power. So they didn't give it to us. There's so many people selling puts, and this market is up. Let's see if they give it to us just by letting it sit there for a second. Another thing I want to point out is that when you have positions on that have a few days to go, so if we go over here, we go back to this Nasdaq, you see this is 10 days ago. We have this 15-day rule, and this was meeting the 15-day rules. We can stay in it based on how far we're away from at the money on this call side, and we stayed in the call side, obviously not thinking the market would jump up 3% today. But if you wanted to take some of this off, right? You wanted to, let's just say we wanted to take half of this off. This is 2 contracts. Say we want to take half to kind of reduce the gamma risk with 10 days to go, right? The directional risk. And let's say we decided we're going to go out 45 days, and we were going to go to the same delta, right? We're going to do a traditional type of repositioning of this trade. And we go to a 5 delta, because this is what we're taking it off at a 5 delta. And that would put us way over here at this 1796. This is the first 5 delta at the top here. So if we go here and we look at, let me see, that's the 7, this is a 100-point wide spread. Let's look to do an 80-point wide spread here. So we'll sell this and that, and then 80 points would be right here. And so this would give us some buying power, as you can see, of $800 and something. And before fees and commissions, it is a credit of $6. But that's not going to work after fees and commissions. So what we want to do is move this up a little bit. So we're not going to go to a 5 delta, but we might go to, let's say a 6. Let me see what the 6 delta looks like. Let's go to that 17,900. Or we might be able to just change this into a 100-point wide spread. But I like changing it to an 80-point wide spread and get something like what we're doing here, and that would still be quite a bit higher from the January with 45 days to go. So if we,
Brian, I have a question
yes.
on this, because I had the same thing this morning and I was really fretting about it. This is where I ended up switching some of these to puts because I was afraid how far the market, and is that wrong to do? Or I split it between puts and calls.
Okay, so you did. Let me just get this correct, Susan. Did you do a rollout and then you did like a Dorian Way type of repositioning and splitting it between calls and puts, or what do you mean?
Yes, I did exactly what you just said. I did the Dorian Way and got enough to go 10% over with doing puts and calls on it. And I was able to keep it far out at the 5 delta, and then I don't know, I can't remember what I did it at, like a 10 delta.
Okay, I love that, right? That's an excellent adjustment, and it was probably best for your account, Susan. That's what you text me regarding your deltas. I think those deltas are great. What you text me regarding your buying power, that's all improved today, and you're up on today. So great. So for this account though, that could work as well, but I'm trying to stay. I'm more comfortable staying a little short, so I'm trying to stay a little short. So I'm just doing a traditional roll out. But it doesn't mean that I'm right or you're right or one of us is wrong, right? It's just it's to me, I think both ideas is really strong.
I just didn't know about being short with the market being so hot.
Correct. In your account, you got a lot more short positions, right? And especially that RTY, you have a lot of contracts, right? So you have to think about that differently, especially if the Russell jumps up another 3% or whatever. That's going to start putting some pressure. So I think what you did was smart.
Okay, thanks. Sorry about that.
You're welcome. No worries. So what we're doing, once again, everyone, and what Susan was talking about, she's talking about lesson 7 of the Dorian Way school on adjusting. We have 2 type of traditional type of rollouts that we do. We have or 2 type of regular rollouts that we do that we call traditional. We have the type of rollout that everyone can learn or potentially learn on YouTube, and that's similar to what I'm doing now. When you roll out to the same strikes or the same delta, what I was trying to do here, it was roll out to the same delta. So 6 and 5 is kind of semantic. So this is like rolling out to the same delta. But we do have a Dorian Way type of rollout when we reposition the trade completely to kind of take some pressure off one of the sides that we're having a problem with, that tested side. So let's say we were having a problem with this call side, and instead of, I had to roll it out and I had to stay at, let's say, a 35 delta or whatever the case may be. Instead of staying at that 35 delta, I readjust it, maybe put it at a 20 delta, add something to the put side at the 20 delta, and it kind of rebalances the trade. So that's an example, and you can learn that in the Dorian Way School lesson 7, and we'll go over that in one of the Monday night group classrooms as well. But in this case, what we're going to do is take this off, and then we're going to we're going to put it back on. So because that's how we have to do it. We have to take it off the front month and then put it back on. So I'm going to go here, and I just say we went to this 5 delta again. Let me just see what the 100-point wide spread looks like. That would be here. And so if we did that, that would keep us at the 5 delta, keep the whole thing the same, 100 points, and we should be able to do it for a small credit if we did that. Okay, so we're gonna see how it plays out depending on how we get filled on this position here, and it'll help with our deltas a little bit. All right, so what we're gonna do is buy this back. It's gonna be $325 to buy back, or after fees and commissions, it says you already have the working order. All right, let me take that off here. This is the working order here, I believe. Yeah, this is the working order. We're gonna count to that, and then we're gonna go back over here, and then now we're gonna put this back on, and we're gonna see if we can get filled. So $67, and let's just say $67. Let's see if they'll fill us. The odds on that are not very high, and so what I'm gonna do is replace it and move it up just a little bit, see if they'll fill us. So it's gonna be about $68. I'm kind of rounding this up over here, everyone, saying that this is gonna be $68. We're gonna send that, and I'm gonna give it about 5 seconds and see if they will fill me. And to this point, they have not. And it looks like we're still very, very close. The only pullback we've had literally since the market opened, it's been maybe about a few points to the downside. So it's been no pullback. We've basically been sitting where we're at right now to a little up since about 10 minutes into the market. All right, so he's still at 35. No love to kind of buy that back, and I'm gonna get filled here, everyone. So it's gonna be about $70, and you can see that they're not letting me get out of this, even though it's at a 5 delta. It's not letting me get out at the mid, and so they might make me go all the way up to the 350. And let's see if we can avoid having to go to 350. 375. All right, so now it's kind of jumping around. It's not giving it to us. And all right, so there we go. All right, so now we're going to go back into this, and we're going to go to where we said we were going to go to the 24 days. And then now we're going to go to the 5 delta. I believe it was the 7,900. Let's just see where that 5 delta was at. Was that 45 days that we were looking at, or was it 24? I thought it was 20. I thought it was I seen 7,900 for some particular reason. But anyway, let's look at this here, and let's go here, and let's look at, maybe it was this. Let me see here. And no, I don't think it was, because that's not enough premium there. It's only $72. So I think we were going out further. I must have looked at that.
At 45, I think you were January.
It was definitely 45. All right, so we'll go back out to the 5 here, and we'll go to the 5 delta here, and we'll do let's look at this one here, sell that, and then let's do 100 points wide, and we'll do that. And that'll give us $88. Still not as much as I would like at 81, because we're probably not going to get filled. That would give us a small credit for doing this, but we still probably won't get filled. Let's see if we get filled, and we'll send it. And we're going to let that sit for a second, everyone, while we kind of let it play out, just in case it jumps up even more today. I don't really care if it goes down. We just got filled on that put side. you can see we just got put on the put side, so we got some credit anyway. So we're gonna let that sit for a quick second. All right, so this is why we were trying to do this, everyone. Once again, it was just we were just trying to put some long delta going with the trend. It's more ideal, and we did this as well over the last couple of days of selling some put spreads while the market was down. We did it on the Nasdaq and we did it on the RTY. Both of those have obviously played out after the last 2 days of this big move and the volatility coming out of the market. But this time, what we're doing is just playing an assumption, right? You always have a take, have an opinion on something. Doesn't mean your opinion is right or wrong, or going to be right or wrong, but you should have an opinion. And so my opinion right now is that I believe this Nasdaq is going to go up higher. I'm hoping it doesn't go up as fast as it has, but I believe it's going to go higher. But if I'm wrong, we still place this trade. We still trace that put spread far away, right? And then we also reposition the call side just in case it does go up. But we didn't remove all of the call. What we're trying to do is take off one call on this 10-day to go. That reduces the upside risk a little bit with 10 days, and then we kind of put it back on, but at the same delta, but almost 900 points higher, because that's how it works when you roll something out, especially with a short period of time to go and you're so far away in the premium, and this is not very much. So we were able to roll that out quite a bit, but we're still obviously not filled. So what I want to do, that is we're selling the 17,960. So what I'm going to do to get filled, I'm going to cancel that, go into here, and then come back, do a similar order. That's how you have to do it on the TastyWorks platform. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to move the whole spread up. So if you wanted to move the whole spread up on TastyWorks, you can do something like this. Just use the arrow to go towards at the money. The at the money line is going in this direction. So I'm going to move this up just a little bit, and I'm going to move it up to the I'm going to move it up to the 6 delta here. It's still 100 points wide, 960, and I'm going to send that, see if we can get filled, and we're most likely not going to get filled. And then I'm going to change it really quickly, and I'm going to drop this down to 55, see if they'll fill us at 55. And no love there. And I'm going to change it one more time and move that cancel so we can see this. And let's see if we can get filled at 450. So that would still give us $83. And so we got filled. And so if we go to history right now, you'll see that if we type in this NQ here and we just do for refresh here, you can see that we took in $21 and then we lost about just $8.48. So we got a credit here, and we got a credit of about just a little bit more than $12. All right, so that's what we wanted to do with that position. All right, so let's open it up for any questions, everyone, regarding what I've just did or regarding anything. I have about 10 minutes, everyone, before I have to get ready for a 1 o'clock meeting. I apologize for yapping for about 30 minutes, but I wanted to make sure this pop-up live trading was at some type of value of why would you go long when the market is already up 3%, right? With the index is already up 3%. It's a reason why. You have to fix deltas, or you think it's going up more, but you still place the trade in a way that if you're wrong, you can still be right. Okay, it's the same kind of concept of why we've been adjusting recently. We've been trying to adjust, going no higher than the 15 delta, ideally no higher than the 10 delta. So when the market's jumped up the way it has, we still were able to. Most of you are still doing fine with today, and you're up because you didn't adjust in a way that is killing you today with this type of up move. All right, and then you got the volatility decreasing, right? So even though you have a really big up move, the calls, the premium, the calls are obviously coming out as well. All right, so any questions? It's actually one more thing I wanted to do, and I don't have time to do it, but I just check one thing, everyone. I wanted to see something. We got 45 days to go. We put on a trade down here already a second ago? What did we put that trade at? Let me go back here really quickly. That is still working. We never got filled on that. Interesting. All right.
I got filled at 950.
You got filled at 950? Okay. For some reason, I thought I got filled. All right. So let's drop that to 950 and see if they give it to us, right? So, they're not giving it to us. I hate when that happens. All right. So let's go back here and let's see here. I'm going to do something that, I'm going to do something interesting. So I'm going to sell 2 of these, right? And this time it's going to require some buying power. Let's put that at 950 and let's sell that. And I'm going to kind of switch this up for a second. And if we can get filled, come on, people, I don't want to go to 925. Yeah, but I'm going to probably do it for demonstration purpose. I only got a minute. All right. So I'm going to hit replace and,
how long do you usually wait for an order to fill up?
I would give it a little time. With this one, the market is up so much, I would probably give it about 5-10 minutes. But if I really need it, like in this case, I really need it because I want to, and I can't change it like that. Go, the joy. All right, so let me delete this real quick. Delete this. Go back and cancel and hit similar order. And then I'm going to go in with 2 contracts and then see if they'll fill me. We're going to send and no love. I'm going to come back and get, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to, for demonstration purpose, I'm going to go to this 923. I mean, the 925, and it's going to fill me, but I'm already going to be down already on it. But we're getting 356, and I want to keep in mind what we're about to do. So we're going to send that, and unfortunately, we got filled right away. So what we're going to do, that's 24 days to go that we put that on, right? So we're going to go into the micro position here. We're going to go to 24 days. We did this with, we received 356. So now we're going to look to see if we can buy something, right? And usually we buy something at the money. We're going to see if we can just get a little bit more juice out of the position to the upside if the Nasdaq does what we think it's going to do, right? So this right here is going to be $61. Let's see how much it would cost us if we spent. That's not enough. I was hoping this would look a lot better than what it's looking right now. So that's about 119 to make it to, excuse me, I want to make at least $1,000, at least $100 more. 90 too much. Let's see if we move this off a little bit. The delta, let's move it to a 50 delta. Keep clicking wrong things. Let's move it to a 50 delta. See what that looks like. So we can get a better pricing. 101, 111, still not great. Let me see where we're at, 330. Let's see what happens if we go to a 400 and we go to 500. I mean, the 440. Trying to get 1-to-1, but it's not. It's too expensive. We're not gonna be able to get 1-to-1, unfortunately. I wanted to take some of the premium received and then buy a call spread in this micros to see if we can get a little bit more bang for the buck, but it's not working for us at this point. Unfortunately, it's not getting. We're not getting enough. I wanted $100, and we're not getting enough of it. So what I'm going to do is put it in like this, drop the price a little to make sure I can get 100 after fees and commissions. Let me see, 134 is the max loss. We can get it. Let's put it down a little bit, and we're going to see if we get filled. We need to go down a little bit. If the market drops some, we can get filled. So 135. I'm going to go to 625, 134, just under 134. So we need the market to drop a little. If we get that, then we'll get filled. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll see. We're just betting that we're just doubling up on the upside to see if we can get filled. But if we don't get filled on that, no worries. We don't care. All right, so unfortunately, I'm 2 minutes behind a meeting. I apologize, but I have to run, everyone. Try to have a great rest of your afternoon, and we will talk soon. Bye now.